Hi everybody, and welcome back to Lost Genre Reddit Stories. Today's video is about pregnancies and paternities. I'm not going to give a summary of each post because they both are about the same topic. So let's get started with the first one. This one's from user ThrowArray Away Forever. My girlfriend led me to believe I got her pregnant, but I found out it wasn't mine after the birth. I've been on Reddit a while and began lurking this sub when I first suspected my girlfriend was cheating. I had hoped I wouldn't be here posting, but here we are. I, 28 male, have been with my girlfriend, 25 female, for just about 2 years. The relationship was good, and then she tells me she's pregnant. For the most part, I'm careful, and she said she was on birth control. I was skeptical but went to an appointment. I then figured it was just one of those things. I always wanted a family, so even though this was not how I wanted to begin, I was overjoyed. We're past the first trimester, and I have her move in at her insistent. Insert red flag I missed. We're planning what we will do work-wise and how to set up the baby's room. She is pretty insistent she will go back to work but be able to stay home. She swears she can make it work. I go to every appointment with her, things are still good. We're in the third trimester and I make my schedule work to still go to every appointment. Up until this point, I had been at each appointment in its entirety. This one appointment, she asks me to wait so she can talk to the doctor first. I'm super concerned that something is wrong with the baby and she didn't want me to hear. I go in and the checkup is done. Everything looks good. My girlfriend brushes off my concern over why I couldn't be there for all of it. Another red flag. We're about a month and a half from the due date, and I notice her being kind of secretive with phone calls and texts. She tells me it's work and it's confidential, etc. My antenna is now up, so I try to get looks at her phone. She's got Snapchat and Kik. I find it strange, but don't confront her. The baby is born and I'm overwhelmed with emotion. The child is perfect and things went fine. Then comes the part where they want me to go on the birth certificate. My girlfriend becomes really insistent about it. She's constantly asking me to do it and seems way more anxious I've ever seen her. Here's the red flag I didn't miss. I don't do it. We have an argument, but she stops pushing. I think it's because she knows how suspicious it looks already. We're home and she has to go tend to the baby after it woke up. I noticed she set her phone down to go to the baby. I couldn't help it and looked. It was still unlocked. I start looking for texts or calls. I then find a whole conversation on Kik with a guy. All the updates of her appointments, pictures of her and the baby. Then I see it, the place she says she thinks it's his child. I confront her and she apologizes. She admits the baby could be mine or someone else, but she thinks it's mine. I demand a paternity test and leave. It's been about a week since the confrontation. The results came in yesterday and the baby isn't mine. She's gone to live with her mother. Here's the best part. It took me a lot of digging, seeing as all I had were usernames she talked to him to. The father is her boss. The secrecy was for him. The boss with a wife and 4 kids in middle and high school. I found the wife on Facebook and sent her all I had, including texts from my girlfriend saying it's his. I'm heartbroken in so many ways. I'm lucky in a lot of ways here, but I'm so hurt. This has completely changed my whole outlook. I'm bitter, angry, and untrusting. I have no idea how to recover from this. OP, what your ex-girlfriend did to you is horrible. Trying to baby trap you with some other guy's baby and then trying to get you on the birth certificate. So when you would find out, you would probably have to pay child support because you're on the certificate, right? But before I continue with any commentary, let's take a look at the top 3 comments from the community to see what they said, and then we have an update from OP. 11 High Value Man says, "Damn, I'm sorry. Dodged a huge bullet. That poor wife of the affair partner. Glad you told her. At least you are not tied to her like the affair partner's wife is tied to him. Literally, no contact with your ex. She is trash of the highest order." OP responds, "I did dodge a bullet, but it still hurts like hell. I'm thankful I could go no contact and not worry about a divorce or anything. I'm glad I waited on proposing even though she was dropping hints all over. Veritas Ditum says, you dumped her and exposed her affair and child to the affair partner's wife. Good job. Now, take your time to grieve your loss. Look after yourself and realize that you were fooled by who she lied to you to be and that none of this is your fault. Then take another moment to think how lucky you are to have dodged this bullet. It doesn't feel like it, but you were darned lucky. It could have gone down way worse and cost you years of your life and a child you have already raised. Anantha 1996 says, the positives are you got out without legal obligations. You never contact that horrid ex again. You did the right thing by informing the boss's wife. You are still in 20s. I agree, OP. Like I said before, it's a good thing you didn't sign anything and that you are out of this. Also, it's great that you told her affair partner's wife so she gets to confront him or divorce him or whatever she wants to do. It's up to her now, but she knows the truth, which is the minimum she deserves. There's not much more I can say here, so let's move on with the update to see what happened next. I've still not spoken to her. I can't bring myself to. I'm conflicted because I still bonded with that baby. Yet, I am not the father. That is painful. She still tries to contact me. I don't know if it's love. I won't talk to her. On to the other guy who is the father. I told his wife. She didn't respond immediately. I found out through my ex that he lost his job. There's some justice in the world. He won't have anything to do with my ex. He blames her for the mess he's currently in. His wife contacted me over a week later. She apologized for what I went through. She was still in shock, I guess. She kicked him out. I have no idea where he went. Their kids know. Everyone knows. My ex still works there but is in the process to find a new job, seeing as literally everyone knows what happened now. I'm still in shock some and still heartbroken. This holiday will be tough and sad for me. I know there's hope. I know it will get better. This shook me to my core and I don't know how long it'll take. I'm ready to swear off any relationship ever again. Well, that was a short update, but it was packed with a lot of things, so let's try to bring them out one by one. First, let's talk about the other guy. Well, he got what he had coming, right? And he's a tool. He's blaming your ex because of the mess he's in? Yeah, like he had nothing to do with it. He just slipped and a baby came out. That guy has zero sense of accountability. What a tool. Hopefully between his future ex-wife, I hope, and your ex-girlfriend, they can dry him up a little bit financially so he gets some perspective on what he's done. He got fired? I think he deserves more than that. But that's just my opinion about him. Now, regarding your ex, even if she tries to contact you, just block her. You've got nothing to do with her. You need to focus on yourself and move on with your life. Try to put yourself back together. She had you bond with a baby that wasn't yours. That's what I believe is the most painful part. You had your suspicions that your girlfriend was unfaithful, but bonding with another human being as if he is your son or your daughter, then that is a huge, huge bond of love. So yeah, getting over that lie will be hard. Now, trying to find a silver lining, the fact that you did bond with the baby is an indicator to me that someday you might be ready to be a father. I understand that you have a huge emotional blockage at the moment, but hopefully with time and work, that blockage will be gone and you will meet someone who you will be ready to be a father with. That's the best I could hope for you. In the meantime, I hope you have a support system like friends or family close by so you don't spend the holidays alone. And wishing you the best, man. And so on that note, let's move on to the next post. This one's from user unplanned_. My ex wants me to stop school and move back home because she's pregnant. I, 20 male, broke up with my ex 2 months ago. We were long distance at first because I go to school 7 hours away, but she started staying at my apartment since she doesn't go to school. Relationship was less than a year. I ended things because I just didn't have feelings for her anymore and we didn't click. I got a call from her last week and she told me she's 9 weeks pregnant. This freaked me out. One, because we always used condoms, so I wasn't sure to believe her, but she said her mom and sister can confirm since they were there when she took the pregnancy test. Also, her mom went with her to the doctor. Never thought about having kids, and definitely not right now. I told her if she planned to terminate, I could help pay for it, but right away she goes she's keeping the baby. Now she's saying I gotta move back immediately to my hometown so I can help out with the baby when it gets here. I told her that can't happen. I go to school right now, and Lucky Financial Aid and Scholarship are covering my classes. My dad saved up my own college fund too, so that's the money I'm using for books, my half of the rent, and bills. I still work part-time though to save up on money. I told her whatever money I make working can go to the baby, but right now I'm in a good place with my college. All I need is 2 years to get my bachelor's degree, and then I'd be free to move back to help. Yeah, during breaks and stuff I can be there, but told her she's gonna have to do most of the care when I'm not around until I finish school and can help out more. She started crying and calling me names for not wanting to be more involved. But I told her I didn't expect to become a dad right now, and she still has other options if she doesn't want to do this. We haven't talked since then, but her sister keeps contacting me, calling me a deadbeat, and I am a D for already rejecting my kid before they're even born. I know this is also my fault because I'm the one who slept with her, but I didn't plan on any of this happening. Just don't want to jeopardize my school when I've already got less than 2 years to go. Like, is it really so bad that I want to finish school first? It's not like I'm just not gonna have anything to do with the baby. I said I'd help out during breaks and I'll be sending money. I'd be able to help out more once I'm done with school and have a better job. Oh, before people ask, because I talked to my dad about this and he's the one who brought it up. Yeah, I am planning on asking for paternity test first before signing anything. He said that's the one thing I need to make sure I get before I end up on the hook for a kid that isn't mine. OP, I totally agree with you and your dad. A paternity test is the first thing you should do. Also, in my opinion, staying in school is the smartest thing you can do. Not because you're uninvolved with your potential kid, but because as a parent, you might want to give them a better shot at life, give them a better future. And that's more likely gonna happen if you have a degree and a job from that degree than if you drop out now and just find whatever job you can in your hometown. In all honesty, I would see you finishing school to get a better job being even more involved with the future of your child than dropping out now. If your girlfriend has a support group over there, like apparently her mom and sister, then why does she need you to be right there with her? Doesn't make any sense. But like I usually say, that's just my opinion. So now let's move on to the top 3 community comments to see what kind of advice they gave OP, and then we're gonna move on with the update to see what happened. Master of Hearts says, get confirmation of the pregnancy from a medical professional and make sure it's yours. Let her know you're seeking confirmation of both since you were broken up. In the meantime, I would stop making promises on what you'll do for her until you know where things are at. And stop accepting verbal abuse from her and her family. Even if it's their hope that you marry her, pressuring you to drop out of school is poor advice and won't help either of you. If you're not going to marry her and support her, and you're just going to pay child support after you confirm the baby is yours, then you should tell her that so she can plan accordingly. Don't let her and her family assume that's on the table if it isn't. Your RA resource says, first of all, any confirmation outside of your own confirmation from a doctor means nothing. Get all of that confirmed. Then request a DNA test. Outside of that, you don't need to do anything. She's your ex and she can continue to be your ex even if she's pregnant with your child. It doesn't change the fact that you don't want to be in a relationship, and that's okay. You can still be a good parent, so finish school. Nothing anyone else thinks matters. You'll be a much better father if you can get a better job than if you just quit. Kiwi Tech Girl says, if she's 9 weeks pregnant, she conceived 7 weeks ago. pregnancy is dated from the start of the last period. If you broke up with her 2 months ago, that's 8 weeks at least, unless you were rounding up. They can do non-invasive paternity tests now, just via a blood draw from the mother, so I'd be demanding that as soon as possible. You may need to pay though, as insurance doesn't always cover them. Whatever you do, stay in school. You've offered support, and if the kid is yours, you'll be much better able to provide for it if you finish your degree. OP responds, almost 2 months, I'd say, since we broke up. I know we did sleep together a few times, just days before the actual breakup, so I don't know. Well, apart from what I already said and what all of the commenters have said, there's nothing for me to add at this moment, so let's continue with the update to see what happened. So, I'm not the father. Biggest relief of my life for sure. When I told her I wanted to get a paternity test, she said she didn't think we needed one, but if I wanted confirmation since I didn't believe her, then she was fine with that. We did the non-invasive prenatal test that my dad and other people here mentioned. Results came back and I'm not the biological father. But she didn't want to believe it. She kept saying the test was wrong and that I'm the dad. It turned into a whole other drama. I told her I'm sorry and hope whoever the dad is will help out. I mean, not much else I could do. Baby isn't mine, so... The only person from her family who wasn't being a D to me was her older brother. He actually sent me a DM and told me he knows she was talking to some other guy when she moved back home. But he didn't want to say anything till we got the paternity test done in case the baby turned out to be mine, and that would have caused unnecessary drama. He's not sure though if this guy was just a rebound or if she was seeing him behind my back while we were still together. Don't really care if she was, to be honest. I'm just glad I'm not stuck in that mess anymore. She called me crying a few times still that I needed to be there for the baby, but I told her to leave me out of this already. I wished her luck again and I hope she and the baby will be okay. I blocked her after that along with everyone else who wouldn't leave me alone. Haven't heard from them since and things are good now. Thanks everyone for your helpful advice. I swear I'm gonna do everything to avoid finding myself in this kind of situation again. Just wanna get my school done and finally have my degree. Well OP, it sounds like you got yourself out of this mess, good for you. It sucks that she didn't believe the test, but the good thing about facts is that you don't necessarily need to believe in them for them to be true. Let's hope whoever the dad is, that they will step up. But we don't know about that, and I guess we won't because you're done with this drama. So, all the best OP, hopefully you'll have nice holidays and you'll get to finish your degree. And so, we've reached the end of the video. I truly hope you guys liked it. If you did, go ahead and click like. Of course, don't forget to subscribe and click that bell icon so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Also, here are more videos from my channel that you might enjoy. And having said all that, I will see you guys on the next video.